Okay, so now I've got the New England Patriots draft reaction. So I'll look at each pick, give my thoughts, and give an overall grade at the end. So first pick, Mac Jones. Oh, this thing just went crazy. Yeah, Mac Jones was first pick. Pretty decent value. Traded. No, they didn't trade. They just stayed put. Oh, this is reloading. Fudge. Okay, here we are, finally. Yeah, Mac Jones. Decent quarterback. Probably, he was my 5th ranked quarterback in the class. And they get him pick 15. I think that's pretty good value. You're kind of similar to Tom Brady in ways, just like not the most mobile player, kind of just a pocket passer, not the biggest arm in the world, but pretty good arm. And that's kind of really it. He's a good processor, also pretty good like leader, smart player, just all round good player at the quarterback position. In other classes, he probably could have been one of the best quarterbacks in the whole draft. Just in this class, it was really stacked at the quarterback position. So I think he is a good player, and at pick 15, it makes a lot of sense for the Patriots. And I don't think Cam Newton's their answer because he just wasn't that good. And if Cam Newton struggles, you got Mac Jones to come in and probably play pretty well. I think that he can control the offense very well. And then they also got Christian Barman. They traded up with Cincinnati to get him. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the draft. There's like some concerns about his character or something, but it's Bill Belichick. He's probably spoke to Saban about him. I was probably pretty confident taking Christian Barmore. And he's such a good player. Like, that defensive line for the Patriots would just be stacked now. They had Christian Barmore, that D line. Geez, such a good player. Really good passer. Not the best run defender, but overall just rushing the passer, man. Such a good player. And he will get he'll be an instant impact on the Patriots straight away. I think you plug in him, and he'll be a really good player. I thought he would go in the first round easily. Just falls down to the Patriots, of course. And then they also got another player that I was very surprised fell down, Ronnie Perkins. There was a lot of like second round hype on him, but then he goes late in the 3rd round, and it was very shocking, especially the players that went before him. He's a bit like, people say he's a bit undersized for the edge position, but he's pretty decent. But he's like a really good athlete, very fast player also. And again, you just get a really good rotational player on that defensive line. Like, their pass rush is going to be really good, and Ronnie Perkins just adds to that. Just really good pass rusher at Oklahoma. Had good production. Definitely, if he like refines his skills and everything, he can be a really good player in the league, I think, especially going to the Patriots. It's just a good team to go to also. And then they took Raimonde Stevenson in the 4th round. Yeah, I like Raimonde Stevenson. 4th round, yeah, it seems pretty good value for him. I mean, yeah, they kind of I think he can be a number 1 running back in the league. I'm not sure if he will be. I think it'll just be like a rotational kind of good player with the players they got there already, like Harris and the other dudes, James White, more of a pass catcher, James White. But he'll be a more downhill runner because he's quite a big back. And also, I mean, pretty good balance and just reliable player overall. Good production also, Oklahoma. Just a good player. Yeah. And then they took Cameron McGrone, one of my favorite linebackers in the class. I thought he would have gone before this. He was in my top 50 players. He was just really good at Michigan before he was injured. Like, really good. And then that injury just kind of derailed his career. Not career, his season. And he's still young, still has a lot of potential. I really like him. Really good, like, off-ball linebacker. He'll like, fit in straight away alongside Dante Hightower. I think he can be a starter straight away. It might not be, but I think he definitely has that potential just because maybe in the 2nd year he could definitely be a starter there. I think he'd be a good player in the league. He just doesn't have the production. Like, he only had 1 year really of just elite play. Like, it was elite. So he was a very good player. And then took Joshua Bledsoe. He was the 2nd Missouri safety taken. Both the Missouri sources are pretty decent. Joshua Bledsoe a bit worse than Gillespie, but he's a good player, good run defender. He'll be a good rotational player. They use a lot of people in their secondary also, so it makes sense. And they lost some players back, and like Patrick Chung they cut. So, or did he retire? I think they cut him and then he might have retired. I don't know. But yeah, you get a good rotational player. Did they trade it or did they get it? I can't remember. They might have traded it or traded back. I don't know what the trade was. But yeah, Joshua Bledsoe, he'll be pretty good depth. And then they just took William Sherman from Colorado. Maybe they'll find another Damn, that player they got last year from Michigan, who was one of the best players tackles in the league for a rookie. But yeah, maybe they see another dude that has good potential, maybe pretty high upside if he does actually turn into what the Patriots can make him into. But like, that probably won't be as good as the player they took last year. I think it's kind of just a fluky pick. But I don't mind it. 6th round, you need depth in your line also. And then took Trey Nixon. Yeah, he probably won't be much on the Patriots, to be honest. He doesn't really have high upside. Just kind of a speed threat, that's it. Not really anything else to his game. Don't know how much he'll really play, but could get in some points if players get injured and everything. Just don't know if he's that high upside, really. As for a receiver in the 7th round, I don't know if he's really the best player he could have took. He just didn't really play that much. And then, draft, their first 3 picks were really good picks, I think. I kind of made their draft very good. Even their first 5 picks, actually. I think, I'll give them an A+. A+. Like, I liked a lot of their picks. Probably, I like Joshua Bledsoe also, so I probably like all their picks except maybe Trey Nixon and William Sherman, but those aren't bad picks. Like, they're good depth players, which you need, and maybe have some upside. But their first picks, really good. I liked all of their picks beforehand. And I think they got a really good players in this draft that could be starters in the league, definitely. Mac Jones, I think, can be your future quarterback. Christian Barmore kind of can be a good player, I think, for many years to come. Just on that defensive line. Could turn into one of the best defensive tackles in the league. And you got Ronnie Perkins also, Raimonde Stevenson, Cameron McGrone I like. So A+, I think that's good. And the next one I have is the New Orleans Saints, so that'll be pretty hype. So stay tuned for that.